how you eat and when you eat can be the biggest game changer. So if you want to get lean, I'm going to share a strategy that has helped me get lean and stay lean pretty much all year long. So I'm able to hold about 10 to 12% body fat literally all year long. There's no bulking, there's no cutting, and you're constantly able to build muscle. You're constantly still able to burn fat. It's almost like having a mini cut and a mini bulk almost on a daily basis. And what that is intermittent fasting. And so here I have coffee, and what coffee has allowed me to do is I have foregone my breakfast, right? So for many years, I have just pushed breakfast aside. I do not eat breakfast. I just have black coffee in the morning. What that does is you think of your body like a gas tank. So if you have filled up your gas tank yesterday through food, and now today you wake up and the very first thing you do is eat again, you're going to overflow your gas tank. And now you have to do way more workouts, way more exercise, way more calorie deficits to get back the other way in order to get lean. However, if you use something like intermittent fasting, it's not for everybody, but if you do use it, it can help tremendously, because what this does is I've condensed my eating window to a certain time period. So I only eat between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. I don't really eat outside of that window. And what that has allowed me to do is, because I'm having one less meal a day, it helps me to make way better choices. And so if we're eating 5-6 times a day, first off, that's a lot of opportunity to mess up. Second, from a hormone standpoint, every time you eat, you're spiking insulin. When insulin is spiked, your body is saying, do not burn any fat. We need to store everything away. And so what this does when we intermittent fast, that allows some of this gas tank to run out. It allows insulin to come down. And that way, when we do eat, we're getting the benefits of that insulin spike. We're getting the benefits of protein going to the muscle where it belongs without having to gain all this extra fat. And so you can use intermittent fasting because you can still have high calorie days. And this is a great strategy if you want to enjoy whatever types of food you want to enjoy. Because more often than not, if you're eating 3, 4, 5 times a day, you have to track every single calorie that you're putting in. When you're doing it this way, yes, we're still getting the result, because technically we'll probably still be in a calorie deficit, but you could use this day in, day out. You don't have to do it every day. Maybe a day comes and you want to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's fine. Maybe it's Saturday night and you know that you're going out to dinner, and maybe you want to have a cheeseburger and fries and hang out with friends or whatever the case is. That's fine. But then know that, hey, that Saturday morning, you could fast. You could fast right into the afternoon. Hey, Greg, how's it going? And so intermittent fasting can definitely be a great strategy that can really help you out. And so it has been a game changer for me for literally like the last probably 5 or 6 years of doing this solid. But basically, it is probably the number one strategy. That way you don't have to count calories, because I had to actually count calories in the past to try to keep things within a certain frame. And then once I found intermittent fasting, I was like, wow, it eased up things so much, because now I don't have to track every single calorie. It's a little more easier to get through the day. That way you can enjoy social events, and you can still have the benefits of getting and staying lean, because it also helps optimize your hormones. So it helps optimize testosterone. It helps optimize your insulin sensitivity. It helps optimize a lot of things. And if you incorporate that with working out, maybe three times a week, you're going to be able to build muscle. You're going to be able to stay lean without having to do all this drastic stuff. Because the biggest problem in the bodybuilding space is that we want a dirty bulk, right? Or if we're trying to gain muscle, we want to eat all these calories. And then what happens is you build all this extra fat, and now you're working against yourself, because now you have all this extra work to do to get rid of that excess fat that you put on. Whereas if you do it this way, you're coming from a very lean standpoint. So what I would recommend is, if you want to try this, try to get down to about 10% body fat first, so where you could see your abs. And then what you will do is, day in, day out, you'll be able to look at the mirror. You'll know if you've had too much food, because you're going to start to lose definition. It's the absolute easiest way to do this, and you can do this year after year after year. I've done it for multiple years already, and there's specific strategies, so you don't just want to do intermittent fasting and then go eat a shitload of Dunkin' Donuts. That's probably not going to help. But if you're doing intermittent fasting, more often than not, if you're only eating those other 2 meals a day, you're going to make a way better choice around the food that you're having. Because if you're only eating 2 meals a day, now you can make a way better choice in regards to the quality of the protein, the quality of the fat, and exactly what you're eating. Because if you're only eating twice, I doubt you're going to go be eating a ton of processed food or a ton of fast food. It's not going to help. Yeah, man, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to stay jacked. That's the whole key. Calisthenics has been a big game changer for me, but that's why I'm making videos like this, because I made a lot of mistakes starting off. I thought I had to work out like 6 days a week and count all these calories and do all this stuff, and actually that becomes hard. Some people can do it. Some people have a lot of success. I was not one of those people. My addiction to food was really bad. And so I'd be eating a Taco Bell, Chinese food, McDonald's. I really didn't care as much. Once I found fasting, I don't really eat as much fast food anymore. But now we can use fasting if you are going out or you're going to a family event. You're fasting throughout that morning. You're fasting into those early hours. And now you can have pretty much whatever you want, because you're probably still going to be in a calorie deficit without feeling deprived, without feeling like you're starving. And if you match this strategy with working out, something as simple as calisthenics, in which you can do anywhere. This is an easy setup I have. It was like $75. You get it right on Amazon, and you could cover your entire body. You could do pull-ups, you could do dips, and then for legs, you have squat movements, lunge movements. And so if you guys have any questions of any of that, or if you need help with any of this, feel free to leave a comment below or let me know, and then I'll be able to make more videos to help you with these exact strategies. And also on my channel, if you go to some of the lives or some of the playlists I actually have full trainings on how to build muscle while intermittent fasting. I have trainings on nutrition, trainings on different recipes and stuff, because that's really what it comes down to. If we include working out and we're having our diet on point or our nutrition on point, we're going to be good to go. I'm 6'5", 185. So, okay, you bring up a good point. So if you are, so you may be lean already. Now, this can help. It all depends. So what would you say your main goal is? Is your main goal to build more than 185 right now? Or would you like to sort of keep that and change your body composition? Because that will make the difference. If you're trying to go from 185 to, let's say, 200 or 205, fasting may not be the best idea, because you're still going to be in a calorie deficit. So physically, it's going to be very hard to build that extra muscle. However, if you want to, let's say, stay at 185, gain to 200. So in that case, you can still use fasting and just make those other meals, because you could take yourself out of the calorie deficit, right? By just making sure those other meals are pretty big. That all depends on your own calories. But an easy way to do this is, let's say you are trying to get to 2,000 calories. So if you times that by 10, that's your minimum baseline that you need to hit every day to at least maintain what you have. And then if you're including workouts and stuff on top of that, you want to go for the higher end. Another easy formula you can do is if you times it by 20, right? So let's say you are 200 pounds, or that's the goal. You would make that around 4,000 calories becomes your upper limit. But you don't want to be doing that every day. You would only want to do that a couple of days here and there, and really track how your body's responding, how your body's looking. Every body is going to be responding differently to food. Everyone responds differently to fasting. It's not good for everybody. If you have issues with blood sugar imbalance, or you get headaches when you don't eat, stuff like that, that can definitely pose an issue. But with that said, if you have any questions at all, leave a comment below. I like to do more of these live videos where we could have interaction. I can answer any questions that you have and really help you out on your fitness journey. With that said, I'm Nick with the Upgraded Man Project, and I'll see you on the very next video. Absolutely, man.